Hello, I wanted to do a brief video about this Optiplex 3050 and the issues that I had with this. I mean, not that it's a bad product, just that it has some kind of quirks regarding to tuning of that. So let's get on it. First thing first, this machine requires a 90-watt power supply to properly boost the CPU. That's what my impression is, because if I'm using the 65-watt adapter, I don't get any error from the BIOS, but it will only boost up to 29x, like 2900 megahertz, and that's annoying because I don't get the full single core performance of the Pentium CPU, which, by the way, is using a maximum of 9 watts, and that is consistent with the measurements from Cinebench. If I run Cinebench with an undervolting on, it's only using about 9 watts. And the score is 300 points, which is kind of nice. It's similar to fifth gen i5 mobile. So it's not that bad, but it's not great either. Let's go to the undervolting. And another quite strange quirk that this machine has is that if I put any kind of undervolt on the unslice and iGPU, which are tied together, I will get instant crash. Not instant crash, but whenever I try to launch anything on the iGPU, will crash, even if I do -10. So remember that this is a Kaby Lake CPU, and since Kaby Lake, the CPU core and CPU cache are tied, and the same goes for GPU and unslice. So that means that you can put whatever you want on the CPU undervolt, and it will not do anything unless you also set the value on the cache. So if I now do this on the cache, do not save voltages, the system will hang. Okay, it's now crashed, as you can see here. So yeah, basically you can only tune the core and the cache. They have to be the same value to make any sense. And on this machine, without the turbo boost, the value that I was getting stable is 175. 180 would crash with testmem, and 185 would crash with PCMark. And strange enough, while using Y-Cruncher or Limpack or Cinebench, I can also run around 200 as offset, but that doesn't matter. In the end, the lowest stable value that I could get with my testing is 175, which is a lot of undervolt because this is not turbo boosting, so that's quite normal. And let's now shut off by removing the power cable. And another important observation is that this machine came without Wi-Fi, and this is super annoying for this kind of machine because this is a whole metal case, and it's very hard to get the proper wiring for the antennas. So what I did here was I put one antenna on the front between the metal casing and the front plastic here, which is you can disassemble like this. As you can see, you can disassemble it fully, and I had to carve the plastic a little bit around here. As you can see here, I made some holes and everything. But if I wired both cables on the front, which would mean that it will go one around this area, and they would overlap a little bit, the Wi-Fi connection is awful. So the thing I have to do is to wire the second antenna back here, and I will have to tape this somewhere around over the case, or even doing something like this where I tape this outside, because that's how you get the best reception. I tried already to put this like this, and you also get the problem with that you cannot open the machine fully if you do this, but also you get a worse reception, like 20% less than doing this. And if I put them on the front, it's like almost not working. What else? Oh yeah, 45 watts adapter. The CPU is stuck at 800 megahertz, so you cannot use a 45 watt adapter. The machine doesn't get hot, of course, because the maximum power drop that I got during OCCT power was 19 watts. And OCCT power is a totally unrealistic scenario because it loads the cores of the CPU and the GPU together to the max, and this would get me to around 60 degrees with the fan barely spinning. I have no idea if this will take 2666 megahertz RAM, but I don't think so. I think the maximum speed is 2400, which is what I have. I put 2 sticks in there, down here. You have a SATA board here, NVMe, also M2 SATA. And yeah, I guess that is all that I wanted to show you from this machine. The client wanted something tiny with a good Wi-Fi, and it was a pain in the ass to get the good Wi-Fi going. I had to do a lot of testing. So yeah, the commercial value of this machines without Wi-Fi is basically zero, and that's actually why I got this machine for super cheap. I think I paid 50 euros for this, and that's the whole value of this, because the time you have to consuming to put the Wi-Fi in, and of course the performance is similar to a mobile i5 from 2013. Yeah, I would rather get a notebook. It's like those kind of notebooks, 10th generation. I pay around 200 euros for these, and they are so much better. The performance is like more than double. It has 4-core, 8 threads. It has the working Wi-Fi, a screen and a keyboard. So it comes with the power adapter, 65 watts power adapter, and it works full speed with a 65 watts power adapter. While these adapters with this plug, 90 watts, are super expensive, and yeah, you have to add up for the cost. So it basically doubled the cost of the whole machine to 100 euros. Not worth it. And I guess that's all for the video. Ciao.